Well, in our time of exhortation, we've been looking at the Ten Commandments, and today we are yet again in the first commandment. I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. You shall have no other God before me. Now, what I want you to notice about every commandment is that all commandments enjoin us against something and command us to something. Right? You can't just turn from the darkness, you also have to turn towards the light. Or as the parable says, you can't just kick out the demon and leave the house empty. You must fill it with a holy guest, or it goes into deserted places and gets 7 more worse than itself and comes back in. We don't need to just not do something, we need to do something in every command. And so that's what we're going to do as we go through the Ten Commandments. We're going to look at both sides of it. We're going to be looking at what the command requires and what it forbids. What it forbids and what it requires. And we've already done half of that with the first commandment. Last week we saw that the first commandment is given in the context of escaping all the gods of Egypt, all the lords of Egypt, all the taskmasters. For they are out of that house of bondage. They can be free. That is what the first commandment calls them to, and us as well. From all the would-be lords of your life. From all the judges who you let control you. From all the saviors who offer you quick fixes. From all the lawmakers who tell you a little more here, a little more there. To all of them, hear Peter's command. Live free. You shall have no other gods, no other lords, no other Christs. So now, let's look about what the commandments, the first one, commands us towards. If that is what God calls us away from, that bondage, what does he call us to? And the answer is singleness. Singleness of worship, singleness of loyalty, singleness of love, singleness of ends, single vision. I am the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. You shall have no other gods before me. That before me has gotten a lot of writing over the years. One of the chief things to note is that God has already taken a position in his people's life when he gives that command. I am the God who brought you out. Now don't have any more with me before me. He's already there. He's put himself in there by the first commandment, and he doesn't want you to bring anyone else into that relationship. We could say it this way, it's not too odd. God requires monogamy of devotion. His relationship is one of those either-or kind of relationships, not those both-and kind of relationships. The best human analogy for this is marriage, by the way. If I were to bring another